that's good. Okay? Otherwise, you could do something very rash. It takes time. It takes time to find the truth. It takes time to know the truth, act on the truth. But in our world where we got to know right now, we got to know right now. And it only makes sense that that translates into lots of things. Not just into not just into technology, but to lots of things. Right? Well, didn't you hear what I said? Like your kids. Did you hear what I said? Come on. Yeah. Let's go, chop, chop. All right? So this idea, I think, of patience. I was talking to my family the other night about just the telephone. Because I've got some great nieces and nephews that believe that probably life didn't exist before, their Apple phones. I mean, how did you live? You couldn't have lived. How could you live, right? I know I have students that way. How could you live? And I said, believe it or not, well, what if somebody had to get a hold of you? Well, they left a message. Well, what if it was important? I got it when I got home. And if it was so important, somebody would track me down because they knew where I was. Right? But now it's like kids at school, right? Well, everybody needs a cell phone. You're a second grader, you need a cell phone. Everybody needs a cell phone because I got to know when to pick you up. I'm thinking, how did my mom know when to pick me up? It was called ahead of time. Right? It was called, okay, I'm going to be at school, 4 o'clock, be out in front. That's what I did. And then we wonder why procrastination is such a problem. Well, we don't need to plan ahead now. Look it up. Call me up. Okay. Right? So, but trust me, I have technology. I am not anti-technology. But I am talking about this sense that we have to be careful that the world doesn't bleed into our spiritual life. That we become impatient in discernment. Lord, I've been asking you this now for 2 weeks. Come on, chop, chop, right? I need an answer. Why are we waiting? Right? Man, discernment takes a long time. Wait on the Lord. Be stout-hearted and wait on the Lord. So, as you think about your own life, think about that clearly. That here is a time and a place. And yes, you live in the world. Yes, we are physical and spiritual beings. We live in the world. But we can't let the world control our spirituality. We can't let all of that stuff, and I'm not saying there's not a need for it, but we can't let it bleed in. We can't let that affect our relationship with God. And you hear it all the time. I hear it from kids anyway a lot of times. Well, yeah, I prayed, nothing happened. So, why go to church? Nothing happens. It's the same thing every day. My life doesn't change. Those quick results, right? Here it is, Lord. Here's my list. Take care of this, and as soon as you take care of it, I'll give you another list. Okay? That understanding of relation. Joseph had a relationship with the Lord. We struggle with building that relationship. God's not our honey-do list, right? He's not our honey-do list. He's God. And we should just be so thankful that he loves us and calls us into relationship. Because that's what Joseph was. He was thankful for that relationship. To kind of close out this presentation, we're going going to have you share. It was a big group, bigger than what I originally expected when we put this together. So I love it, and I hope this will work okay. But we want to just have you place, if we can, our St. Joseph's table's pretty full, whatever you brought that reminds you of Joseph. And to just verbally